against a wall. How can it be growing taller? I'm high on adrenaline. I see the world burning in a vision. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Feel it in my veins, no drugs can do the same. Blood in the wind. Is this what we created? Where have we started? Did I lose my mind? I'm up against a wall, on the edge, seconds till I fall. I'm high on adrenaline. I see the world burning from within. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as we fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as we fall, spinning faster. Hands up as we fall, don't know anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Mr. Henry Batt, and if you're here for Counter-Strike. But before we get into that, I'm going to plug a little plug into the stream. Double plug, that's fine. Outfit 49, this jersey right here. Check this out. ESEA Advanced North American team currently in playoffs. Beautiful jersey. Purchased it online, 30 USD. It is dry fit and it feels beautiful. But to today's match, Astral Esports taking on AETERNUM. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. AETERNUM. AETERNUM. That's how Google told me to pronounce it. But let's talk about the former. Astral Esports 5-4 currently in ESEA main, looking to stamp their mark on the regular season and find them into playoffs. This is the Skin Club Media Champs. These guys won a chance to go visit Vitality in the Hive, and they took full advantage coming back off of a 1-4 start to the season. They find themselves 5-4 in the driver's seat now of ESEA main. Like I said, looking to find that playoff position. On the other side, AETERNUM, these guys are 4-5, and they had a pretty rough season playing against teams like Foot, Eternal 21, 3D Max, and Nemesis, all big-time names in the Counter-Strike scene. These are their academy teams, but still they get the love they deserve from the organizations. So AETERNUM, a team not to be reckoned with. They're going to be able to put some numbers up, but we are on Ancient. This is Astral Esports' stomping ground. These guys know exactly what needs to be done on this map. They've played it multiple times, but I'm going to show you currently what I'm seeing in game, and it doesn't look too pretty. Let's see if we see the same. All right. So what I'm noticing, awkwardly enough, is the players are in game, they're shooting, they're connecting, but the mice aren't moving. The crosshairs are staying still. We'll see Rich run sideways, but he'll still be left clicking. The gun, the knife will be moving, but I feel like there might be a little bit of an issue with Face It right now. You can see the mini-map that, well, maybe this guy's facing that way, but no, he's definitely not. When I press him on the mini-map, anyways, look. I don't know what I'm looking at here. You can see the players actively moving, but this is what I'm talking about. So if you're seeing what I'm seeing, I apologize. I'm going to try my best to fix this, but I don't know if there's anything I can do. This might just be an ESEA glitch right now with the recordings with the new updates. We are in the spectator mode 2 minutes and 20 seconds behind the actual game. But this might be a little bit of an ugly game from the visual standpoint. I'm not sure what I can do to fix this. If anybody has information in chat, it might be nice. It looks like AETERNUM won the knife. They're going to be starting on the CT side. Astral Esports on the T side. And I'm hoping that I can figure out a way to correct this. I don't think it has anything to do with my HUD. But again, you can see the players moving on the screen, and as soon as I go into position, they're not going to be facing anything. But it looks like a little bit of a B lean for the Astral side right now. Meowpop's definitely not walking up sideways here. Astra's definitely not walking backwards. Maybe he is with that flash, but he ain't turning into this Jaguar position. Nade stack and flash into Jaguar, and they deal with that push quite quickly. That's an open B site, but on the opposite side, Rich down towards lower mid gets dealt with. I'm kind of just strolling off of the mini map here, trying to maybe pick and choose fights as best I can, but Glowstar is definitely not walking in backwards. Meowbop and Neki deal with the next two. This leaves a ramp push to deal with the rest. Shazam finds one onto Astra and a 2-on-3 into this post plant. Retake for the CT side of AETERNUM, but they're getting pressed and pushed by the T side. Meowpop looks like he's spamming into the default box, but it's just not true. A little bit of glitch in CS right now, making me look like a fool. Crimson King, Henry! What's up, dog? If you know what's going on the stream right now, you let me know how to fix this. It seems like the mice are not connecting to the game. What am I doing wrong? What can I fix? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Seems like you can. Game sound is on. Quick double check of this. Yeah, microphone's rocking. Game sound is on. ASTRAL! I know you guys are here. I know you guys are having a lot of fun over there in the camp. Over the Cyber Empire in Latvia. If you guys haven't checked these guys out, the Astral Esports squad, what an organization. You guys know exactly what they're doing. There's no give up. There's no quit. Now, of course, I can't. I mean, I could do it like this. This is how we're casting this game now. I'm going to be floating around to make sure that I can find these fights. Because if I don't, it's going to be a bad time. And they're trying to press their way through this cave position. This is going to get a little tricky now. Ramp smoke does get deployed beautifully. Fights over towards the A site. Give a little bit of space. See if I can get over there fast enough. 5-7's trying to work its way through, but it can't get anything done. Meowpop does pop them. And they find their way open sight towards the A and B side. And that bomb's still taking its time, but Shazam getting the kill. Over on A site, pulling the rotates of AETERNUM. Give kind of an open sight for Astral Esports, and I think they're going to take advantage. If we check out this mini map right here, we can see the rotation of the CTs. They are going to clear space, but their jump up and rotation is going to be difficult. Meowpop will be there with the Mac 10. Trying to clear the space. I lied. He's got an AK in hand. Let's watch this fight happen before our eyes as best we can. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'll show you why. Reddick is definitely not walking backwards, staring at nothing. There's a glitch happening in the game right now that I don't know how to fix. Yeah, it definitely is messed. Henry. What's up, Dave? What's up, dog? Nothing I can do here. Big save coming in from the Astral side. 3 going to survive with that bomb going down. So that's a second on the board. AETERNUM, they're going to have to fall away. Reddick's going to have to save this 5-7. Kevlar, helmet. Try not to die to the bomb. Bomb exploding distance. Takes out Meowpop at the last second down in Grotto, but that's okay. 2 on the board. Second round conversion for Astral is good. And now we get into the first gun round from the T side. Low buy was coming in from the AETERNUM side, but they didn't save enough to get a purchase into this. So this will be their save. This should be an easy third for Astral to just putt in. You can at least watch the utility land down towards lower mid while I try to prod my way through this. Let me get my mouse pad back up here because I'm sure you don't want to hear my mouse just rip around on my table. Clean this off. There's that early util from the Astral side to clear mid. And it's just one. It's just Aster doing his normal poking and prodding with the Mac 10. He's going to say, boys, I'm seeing nothing mid, no pressure. Don't get too committed to this jungle push. Jungle push, Jaguar push, but they do anyways. Neki takes out Twiz. Util lands on site. Now the pressure down towards B-ramp. Held. Great job by the Astral Esports side to double push this, keep their guns out, dodge the flash, play anti-flash, get themselves onto the site. And that should be a third on the board. No funny stunts coming in. Oyster, last one. Mac 10 picked up. He's got nothing. You might as well go for this. He's getting an M4 in the next. You don't need to save this, my boy. Great use of util from the Astral side. You see them take mid. All they did was throw a little Molotov right here. And with the cross, with the MAC-10, all this space got cleared because it was smoked. He was able to poke, prod, push his way through. The eventual B hit came in. AETERNUM kind of poking them back a little bit towards B ramp, but you can see the cleanup right here on the minimap. 3 times dead CTs, and ASTRAL find themselves in the driver's seat. Now again, this is one of their preferred maps. This is a heavy default style map, and good communication allows you to take all of this space extremely early. ASTRAL tends to put a smoke right here. They love to molly lower mid. Flashes coming over from this side over mid, and flashes from down here. You can see on the minimap all of this space gets wrecked by utility, and they're able to just clear it out for free. So there's going to have to be a response from AETERNUM down towards lower mid, and we're going to try to catch it right here from this beautifully placed angle from production myself. In round 4 we go. Rifles on the board. MAC-10 saved by Twiz. I'm not sure why he did that. It might come back to bite him in the ass, but I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. The MAC-10 can still do some work. But that same utility deployed out towards mid. The fights do go the CT's way. Red finds himself one. Trade back from Rich is good. Rich, the new player over there on the ASTRAL side. He replaced Rick Angel, if I'm not mistaken. Bit of conflict there potentially within the team, but I doubt it. They did nothing but improve as soon as they got him into position. Next fight's going to come the Cave Wave. A little bit of a NA nade there tossed. Going to give Silencer a little bit of space to breathe, but he does push up into that smoke into Jaguar. And the ASTRAL side might not expect this re-aggression through Jaguar. They're not expecting it at all. Actually, one's holding it. He looks away at the wrong time. M4 swings. Can't find one. The angle a little bit awkward. But Silencer does clean up. Now pops with a triple swing. Neki finds the kill. And information passed over to the CTs. Shazam does find a rebuttal. Gets himself a dink back onto Neki, but it's a false dink. Does less damage than he expects. Glowstar comes up and finishes off that kill. But now left alone, Neki in a 1v3. Can't get anything done. If you are just joining us, you're wondering why I'm hovering above. You can see on the minimap these boys are moving around, but Crosshairs don't want to follow the mice right now, and it looks a little freaky. But ASTRAL finally concede a round, trying to go back to that B hit that has worked for them 3 times in a row. And unfortunately, smashing your face against that same wall over and over and over again. The wall's going to figure out how to respond, and they do perfectly. Twiz does get himself the big green this round. ASTRAL, they're onto a force buy, we'll call it. MAC-10 in the hands of Neki. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. As Neki probably isn't running staring at the wall like this. Silencer's definitely not sitting backwards. You can see on the minimap there, Silencer's position shooting straight forward. Backs him into this position here, but as soon as I go on to him, he's facing the opposite direction. So there's a little bit of awkwardness happening, and I'm trying to fight my way through it. Get this ASTRAL match in. Utility deployed towards mid from ASTRAL, the same as before, and they start their march up towards Red Room. Bomb a little bit wary of this lower A push. But this space currently held by AETERNUM is going to give them the space they need to rotate back over to the B site and stack it up. Utility is still being traded back and forth, but as the CTs start to diminish their utility and there's a minute on the clock, ASTRAL need to start taking a little bit more space. What information do they have? What information could they gain? Poking and prodding over towards the B site. Mid's still not cleared out by the AETERNUM side. Layer of utility comes towards B, and this might just be the B split or maybe a late A hit. We're going to see these two either rotate into this position here. Rich might throw a smoke, but he's about to get contacted down towards lower mid. Let's try to catch this timing. Great job from Rich to drop down Glowstar, and that's going to enable the push through mid. Twiz is definitely not going to be ready for this flank, but he's sitting strong with that op in hand, and he hears the pitter-patter of ASTRAL working their way through CT spawn. He is getting pressured, though. In position good for one. He's going to get pressured by that MAC-10. Overwhelmed immediately. He does get himself... No, it wasn't him who got it. It was Red. Getting that kill towards CT spawn. So we do a 3-on-3 post plant as that bomb gets planted. 40 seconds. CL_demo. This is what you're here for, Floofies. Predict 0. Tell me you have directed my life. Floofies, where you been this whole time, bro? We're back into the game. 3-on-2 in this post plant now. ASTRAL does find the first after that bomb gets planted. Neki finds himself a second, leaving this all onto Reddick here, coming into the Brokey position. He's fighting for the fight big box, but can't control it and gets dropped by that Glock 4 on the board for ASTRAL Esports. That's my hero right there, everybody. Floofies, say hello to Brian, everybody. Go check this guy's channel out. This guy's a masterclass caster. Definitely in the lead of the next good caster. He gets all the fun from FlyQuest Red. I'm kind of jealous, but that's okay. Round 6, an attack time out for the CT side. Is there money? Doesn't look great. Twiz going to be seconded to maybe an MP9. Who knows? But we've seen Astral take mid control quite frequently. Again, they're throwing the mid smoke. They're throwing the donut smoke. They're getting mollies in this position and this position with flashes over the top from here and flashes over the top from here, allowing two players to scale out towards mid and take this space. And AETERNUM has yet to respond to this position. After attack timeout, they maybe want to force, but they actually take a second one back to back. This is some big play that's about to be set up. Maybe they're trying to figure out the read, what Astral is going to do. Again, we've seen Astral take this mid space quite quickly. They love to fight up towards Catwalk. They're not big on grabbing cave control because they know it's a little bit of a death sentence, but they do execute onto B quite frequently. And I assume that wave from Floofies means Rubles is there too. What's up, Rubles? Been a minute, bruh. We're back at it. I learned something new today. CL_demo predict 0. Hell yeah. Now we can roll through these players and we can really get a feel for how this game has been working out. If you don't know about Astral Esports, these guys are a Latvian powerhouse. They play on LAN. They're always together at the Cyber Empire in Riga, Latvia. Coach standing behind them, manager probably in the same room. And again, that mid-control coming out for the Astral side. Same use of the Molotov. Flash is about to come in right here. This is Rich saying, as soon as you guys make contact, I flash for you. But the pitter-patter coming through cave. Neki is here to respond. It's just pistols, just upgraded pistols. Glowy Star does take a ton of damage. And a tell from lower mid. Meow Pop saves Neki's life for half a second. But Silencer, with the unsilenced 5-7, puts him down. And now they hit towards A site. Let's start pressuring. This is where the rifle is. Shazam, back site. A hard position to clear, but out of the donut comes Aster for the first, but going unchecked is Shazam. Finds himself 2 standard NA protocol from Shazam, playing like Shazam, pro Valorant player, but he gets popped by Meow Pop. Into a 2-on-2 we go. Bomb to get planted. This is the default plant for the A site. Aster to patrol donut. Both the AETERNUM players coming from CT spawn. Resmoke of that CT spawn position is going to make Silencer be the first to act. Reddick's going to have to pop out of that smoke on the contact, and Meow Pop knows it. They hear the pitter-patter of one back site. Meow Pop passes this information, so a reposition in donut from the Astral Esports side. Tap of the bomb. Silencer watching the left. Let's have Reddick watching the opposite side. They're looking for this fight. They're pressuring up towards the Astral side, but the crossfire might be too strong for them. AK-47 goes wild, back and forth. Quick trades, and now chasing around, ring around the Rosie. Reddick running into time, no kit on his back, and playing with his boot is Aster to put a 5th on the board for Astral Esports. Nice job by them. Good change-up. That was a little bit of a save there for AETERNUM. They only had the 1 rifle on Shazam. He did go big for 2. And they killed almost all the Astral Esports players. And realistically, this is the best way to lose a round, leaving the enemy with only 1. Keeps the money in check for the Astral side. AETERNUM do come back into this with a purchase, but again, they're not really fighting for mid. We're seeing the lower mid smoke, heavier numbers now towards this position. And Astral Esports, they throw a little bit of caution to the wind, but they get it back in spades. Big nade taking Aster down to 14 HP. If Blakert were here, he'd be given a big boom! But Catwalk's still under control. Neki knows the pressure from cave. Has been happening almost every single round, but he does have support there with him. It's Ray 5 to deal with the flank. To cover that secondary push through the cave position. And these CTs look like they want to reposition down towards lower, and now they're going to get caught off. Astral, are you guys ready for this? He's coming in. Ray 5 is. He's good for the first. AK Dink wins the day. Neki trades out to Shazam, and now that's an open B site. But equal trades. Realistically, Aster down to 14 HP. This gives AETERNUM a chance to get back into this round. There's only 1 here on the B site. It is Twiz. He's currently 1-5, not having the greatest game. Looking like he wants to pressure down towards B ramp, and he will. But Aster with the utility, going to be deep out the B doors, setting up smokes for the rest of his team. Mid currently controlled by AETERNUM. Astral Esports throwing a smoke towards Donut to make it seem like they're going to go for a little bit of a play, but they find the lurk of Twiz pushing down B ramp, and that's an open B site. Now they just have to be wary of this flank. How fast do they get in? Neki to first contact in cave. He's waiting for utility to land. Slow and methodical as they clear it out, but I think Reddick spotted them going up B ramp. If he didn't, they know now. Would spam to come in? Maybe? No. Double flank. AETERNUM going up B ramp. Shoulder spot into the first. It dealt with. Rich put down quickly, so into a 3-on-2 post plant now. Big Nate down towards lower ramp. Puts Glowstar down to 75. Right at the first point of contact, moving his way up. He's going to have 2 hard corners to clear. Astra swings from the wood wall, but he doesn't get anything done for his trouble. Left into a 1v2. Glowstar can't collect it. Trades too effective. Post plant too strong for the Astral Esports side, and they put 6 on the board. I'm going to write that down right now, what you wrote to me, Floofies, CL_predict. And I'm going to Google exactly what I did wrong to cause this. CL_demo predict 0. Beautiful. We'll come back to that later. Into round 8 we go. A little bit of a half investment here for the CT side. They look like they want to pressure down towards mid, the same as they have before. Reddick getting a flash from his teammate. MP9 goes Burr, but he's getting overwhelmed here. He falls into the trap set up by Meowpop. And they rock him early, and this is a great anti-force protocol from the Astral side. Only 1 towards B, pressure up towards A main as well, and 3 towards mid, and the crunch is on. The ramp has been taken by the side of AETERNUM though, but Neki says, boys, I can't help you mid no more. I gotta watch our flank as the smoke Jaguar fades. He does get his one last piece of utility in to get them into the donut position. As they extend into this position, he moves up as well. Trades effective. More effective for the CT side. Twiz with a P250 finds himself 2, and a flank from Silencer's good to drop Neki. So into a 2-on-2 we go. Information of 1 CT noted. But are they going to find both? Silencer on the fat flank here. He's coming through A main. Smoking a donut is going to give Rich a chance to take a quick 1v1 towards A main, but Silencer hot as ever right now with that 5-7, scoreline 5-7 as well. Hopefully it doesn't go to 6-7. Because we all know what happens with these young little kids when you say 6-7, and it does not go 6-7. Rich puts him down, but Shazam finishes the job, and now lurking through the smoke. Ray 5 puts him down to put a 7th on the board. This is something I mentioned in the preamble a little bit. AETERNUM had to play a pretty rough season. Although these are academy teams, they're still strong. They played against Foot, Eternal 21, 3D Max, and Nemesis. Their score right now is 4-5, but those games, they were pretty close. Overtime in a couple of them, 10-13s, 11-13 losses. So AETERNUM not out of the woods just yet. We can check this out and we can see the fact that, oh god, we can see the fact that these rounds are extremely close. ASTRAL Esports is money on a tipping point to break as well. So a clean round from AETERNUM is going to bring them right back into this half. Chunky nade lands right on the head of Twiz, and a second one coming right behind him, and he is done for. 11 HP, and he hasn't seen a soul of the Astral side. He's got to get himself out of there as the third one comes in. Twiz headed for the hills. Mid control slowly being taken by the T side. Astra to drop Reddick in red room. The rotation from the CTs is in, but Glowstar feels pressured through the smoke. Astra finds himself a second. That's greedy, and it should never happen, but Shazam has to deal with this. We've seen him with the M4A4 before, get himself a couple. Glowstar trying to take this mid space. He's like, boys, they flanked our flank. And Astral, not too stressed about this, but now Glowstar does find the first. I don't think they know the second has slipped the net. This is Astra, but they do now. Smoke placed, block it, and that's an open A site as he clears towards Temple, Brokey, and haphazardly clears A main. But it doesn't matter. Neki finds Silencer in the cave position. Now they're walking onto A site, wondering what's next. Glowstar works his way through the CT smoke, but Astra, along with his teammate Rich from A main, molly and double swing, cleaning up the retake attempt before the bomb was even planted from AETERNUM, and they put an 8th on the board. ASTRAL Esports crushing it. ASTRAL! I try to get those guttural screams in, letting you boys know I'm here. Round 10. The desperate force buy coming in from the AETERNUM side. Not really have everything they want. Lacking kits, lacking helmets, lacking utility. And without changing up their play style, they're going right back to what hasn't worked for 10 rounds straight. No mid control coming in from the CT side. No real change of pace from the Astral side. If it's working, keep going. Make them make the change. And Astra, again, just pressuring, just poking, just prodding towards mid. Allowing the teammates of the util of his teammates to do the majority of the work. We saw this guy get a little freaky towards red room last round. Got himself 2, even pushing through a smoke. And the fight doesn't go his way this time. Neki does trade that back out towards Donuts. A good team play from the Astral side to understand what is possible. But now that they see the force buy has come in, the lack of util on mid maybe gave them an inkling that it might have been a save. But with the pop of the smoke. The MP9 ringing out. Astral changed their playstyle up. Ramp fight, not good. Silencer tries to do it alone. The flash, Ray 5 a little bit in front of it. Now the B-site execute is on. Shazam going to try to do his best mystical work from this position. MP9 for the wood wall, but this is definitely checked. Cleared. Dealt with. Great job from Ray 5. A second swing through the smoke. Reddick does clean up the kill onto Ray 5, but Rich takes him down, and now Neki can't find the kill onto Twiz towards mid, and Twiz put into a 1-on-2 from a 1v3. Dropped down to 50 HP by a nade and a little bit of chip damage. With no kid on his back, he's got to move quick, and the Astral Esports guys are kind of separated. Solo fights, but tradable nonetheless. If Twiz does take the short side here, he can take this fight 1v1 in cave. Footsteps noted now. Position compromise, and he's got to get himself out of this. There's nothing he can do. We wasted too much time to connect the retake here. And that's a 9th on the board for Astral Esports, running away with this. But again, not a super clean half. You can see starting off early, they win the pistol, they win the conversion, but not super clean. They win the anti-eco. First gun round does go AETERNUM's way, but then a series of small mistakes kind of leaves Astral wanting. They do win those 3 rounds, but with only one surviving, it kept their economy at a little bit of a low point, but they change it up. They find themselves 2 more to make it 9-1, and their economy booming. AETERNUM again on the back foot, forcing in these past few rounds, leaves them on an MP9, a Glowstar on the FAMAS. Please fight towards mid for once. You can't just keep giving this space up to Astral Esports. It looks like they want to this time. Molly from Twiz, not going to be good. In front of it is the Astral side, and they're looking for this repeat, this fight. Awkward smoke into Red Room isn't going to block the vision. Double swing comes in from the CTs. Meow Pop does find one. That's super unfortunate. Twiz good for it. Can't find the second though. Ray 5 there to close the gap. And now Astral Esports kind of corralled, and they don't even know it. But I don't think Silencer does either. Glowstar might try to mantle up to catch someone in the back, but they're waiting for this jump up. Spotted, dealt with. Ray 5 clean and clear. 762 to the dome, splitting the wig of Glowstar. And now Silencer. Position definitely noted. Look at this. Neki's like, I'm waiting right here, boys. There's nothing I need to do on the opposite side of the map. That's Ray 5 on the low HP. Couple of pieces of utility. Opens up the A site and says, dudes, there's nothing here. A main push completely possible. Neki does deal quickly with Silencer as he pushes through the cave position. Now they know. Shazam last alive. Dealt with from Ray 5. And that's 10 on the board. Double digits secured for Astral Esports. Little moment of silence there for AETERNUM's economy. We saw the force buy here. We see the force buy here. We're going to see the force buy in the final round. Never having enough kits, never having enough utility to deal with the threat that Astral Esports continuously imposes on them. This might be a change. 3 towards B means a little bit of B aggression coming in, and Shazam wants to be the head of the pack. He's going to get Molly back. Smoke to block off Jaguar does give a little bit of an indication to the T side of what's possible, but they are waiting for this. Rich boosted up, looking for the long fight. He's ready for the close fight. Shoulder advantage, or shadow advantage. Rich does not capitalize on that. As this smoke potentially fades in front of Jaguar, Silencer is going to be left alone. Back to his tricks disaster, grabbing top mid, and this is going to be an important fight. Silencer needs to go huge here, needs to get one with a dink, potentially more. His teammate working up ramp, very solo. It allows him to get nothing. Neki deals with both of them, and now they know last one on this site is probably playing close to the util. Coming in for the ramp fight, and it exposes the B site hold. Ray 5 puts him down, and that's open up onto B. 11 probable on the board here for Astral. Neki finds another on a Glowstar, and the inevitability starting to sink in for AETERNUM. This is my favorite. Meow Pop sat right here the entire round. This is his pathing. That's it. That's all he's done before the bomb gets planted. Patient as ever. A job no one really wants, but when you find someone like Meow Pop to do it, you keep this guy on the payroll. He's giving you the numbers that you need. He's holding that flank down. No shining star for him, but realistically a solid rock. And that's 11. All right, T-side pistol. AETERNUM need a hot start. This is an ape strong style map. Just set up that util and hit sight together. Don't allow them to figure it out. This is a map where ASTRAL Esports love to fight down here. They love to get the boost across, the run boost. Sometimes they can make the jump from this little ledge here, but the run boost more probable, and they love fighting down here. Let's see if that comes to fruition. Doolies on Meow Pop and Neki indicates maybe a little bit more of a fight play up close and personal towards B doors. They are going for the A stack here. Maybe they have a little bit of a read from AETERNUM, and they are getting ready for it. Neki with Ray 5 here. The pitter patter of 2 pushing up across catwalk, and they hear them going towards mid. So the setup from ASTRAL is going to be good over on the A side. Silencer moving quickly. Nothing silent about this play. Spots one towards Brokey. Shot connects. Slow Silencer down just a little bit. The A main fight going to commence here, but pinch is underway. It's not the greatest pinch. A couple of missed shots. Astra's not going to be happy about that one. Backside still not spotted. It is Rich, and he can't capitalize on anything either. USP's not working out. Ray 5 does do the damage from CT spawn, but that allows for the rotate from the AETERNUM guys to get over to the B site, and a 3-on-3 post plant going to come in. No kit, no utility left for ASTRAL, so they got to group up and hit this together, and that smoke and CT spawn gives them all the information they need. Ray 5 on a warpath here. Get a quick reload in. There we go. Get yourself back over towards B site. Be that first point of contact. Maybe Ray 5 to go first with no armor. Let's see what happens here. See if we can get on Shazam. Block back line from the short side, but as Reddick who finds the first 2, Ray 5 does find his third, but can't capitalize. Good flash from Twiz. P250 to the chest of the injured Ray 5 and a second on the board for AETERNUM, and they're going to be happy with that. ASTRAL, play this smart. Don't buy anything. Just straight USPs. Get the rifles in as soon as possible. Every kill is $50 more per person. Get a little bit of a stack. Get a kill. Steal a weapon away. Maybe one of those Galeals. Get yourself into the next round. But AETERNUM look like they're heading towards the A site. Maybe a fast A pop against the USPs. It's a great play. It's a pretty standard style play for a map like this. You win the pistol. You know the enemy is going to be saving because they don't do the economical damage you'd expect. And now you just poke and prod. Glowstar with the lurk smoke over towards A. It's going to give information over to the ASTRAL side, but I don't think they care for it too much. They're going for the mid pop. They're going to take this space. Neki with a couple of pieces utility. Potential for a retake. If they get a couple of kills early, they're definitely going to go for it, but they don't want to give the kills over to the Mac 10. And Silencer is going to be ready to farm this up. Up to 6, up to 7. Looks for more. Finds himself nothing. Rich does put him down, but $1,200 into Silencer's pocket. This Mac 10 from Rich, not going to be saved. He's going to go press the issue, try to get himself some money. He's got a nade in hand as well. He'll want the M4 in the next. This is the new op of the team, so maybe he does save this to get himself the 4th round op. But this will be a 3rd on the board for AETERNUM. Ray 5 loses his life to Twiz. That's better to lose to a Galil than a Mac 10. Money not the same. USP towards top mid. Can't get anything done. And now Rich might have time to make some money here. Can he find anything? He does. Back in the skull of Glowstar. Puts him down. And he's going to run. He is going to get hunted here. Shazam's going to be up close and personal. Pitter patter heard. Rich ready and raring, but nothing gets done. Shazam puts him down. Flawlessly done. 3 survive for the T side. Economy is going to start growing. But it's going to be 2 Galils and a Mac 10 at minimum on the T side, and M4s aplenty for ASTRAL. As I say that, Ray 5 finds himself on the MP7. Aggression down towards lower ramp. Potential. Off in the hands of Rich. He's going to be deploying that lower mid smoke nice and early. Probably post himself up on the A site. There he goes. Ray 5, beautiful set of util. Volley to the ramp lands amazingly, and this is going to be a chunky nade. This is going to stain. Glowstar doesn't take as much as I thought he was going to take. But a default round again from ASTRAL. We can see them leaning towards the A site. They like to set up for that retake over towards B. They expect their early util will pull out enough of the T side util that the retake util will be strong enough. If you're not a Counter-Strike fan, then I just spoke a lot of gibberish into your ear. Util 3 times in 4 sentences. Your eyes are sideways. So are mine. Flash avoided. ASTRAL looking for the first fight. Catches one with util in his hand, but he's now forced forward by the Molotov. He does have support through the red room push. That's Neki to get that kill. Good trade, but on the B site is the point of contention. Ray 5 here's the pitter patter of 2. Molotov in front of his eyes. MP7 about to go big. Close range. Oh, he gets the first. No head armor on Glowstar. Shazam gets rocked, but the open of the B site is there. Shazam and Silencer continue to press forward, but the 17 HP between the two means they can die to a strong breeze. And ASTRAL setting up for this retake as mentioned. It's see the lack of util on the T side. They're saying, boys, we don't need to press the issue. Meowpop does get his 11th. Necky comes in, finds himself a 2nd on the round and a 12th on the board map, and match point for the side of Astral Esports. And just like that, AETERNUM pushed to the side. Money, not great over there. It's going to be a couple of Mac 10s, maybe Tech 9s. They haven't had luck with the rifles just yet. Astral Esports, full command of this map. They have a few things to work on their T side. Mid-rounding against the low purchases. Maybe a couple of overextensions, but overall the trades have been extremely effective from them. The team play and the understanding of 2 pieces at the same time on the map is huge. Silencer Desert Eagle takes Rich's skull. And that's the op down over on the A site. Yikes, buddy. Not the funnest time for you. The site's starting to get pressured. AK spray through the wall. Necky finds damage, but not enough. A little bit of an NA nade for Necky, but he's going to be okay with that. He doesn't care. He's going to be pressed off site as the rest of his team start rotating into position. AETERNUM, though, locking the util, aren't going to be able to take the space as effectively. So a restage from Astral Esports, expecting a little bit of a B hit. They're leaving Meowpop, the AK-47, primed and ready over on A site. If they do go there, he's going to have to go huge. But AETERNUM taking their time to clear their space. Silencer's first pick towards A main was massive. Now his reposition is definitely going to be spotted. This is Aster from the back lines of B, looking for more. Necky boosted up in cave, and this is the trade potential right here. Ray 5 swings on the contact of Necky. Necky can see over the top of the box. You can see it just on the left side of the screen, above the 6-7 of his health. 6-7. Get out of here, internet trolls. Out of my brain, South Park. Look at this flank, huge! Silencer finds himself a 2nd. Necky does collect the one on Cave. They're trying to control the rotates here. That's Aster to put him down. USP in hand, fighting against 3 members, pushing up. Good dink on the first. Support from Necky and Cave to find a 2nd. Another flank noted. Glowstar throws a nade. Position spotted, but low HP. This is completely doable for him. 26 between the 2, but 2 kills each. The spray's still there. He's trying to collect this kill, but he can't find the jiggle. The left and right of Necky, but he does put him down. 5 seconds on the clock. No bomb plant. That's 13-3 for Astral Esports, closing out this best of 1 versus AETERNUM. Powerful game. Good job, Astral Esports. Let's bring it back to the webcam. What's up, dogs? I'm right there. Thanks very much, everybody, for showing up. Mr. Henry Batt. Stay beautiful. I'll see you guys 7 p.m. my time. Good work, Astral. Up to 6-4. Peace.